Okay folks, welcome back to the workshop. So on today's video I'm going to be modifying the Moerman Fliq Pad to work with the Wagtail. I'm going to modify it to work with the WAGMAN modified clips that I've modified for the slim channel. Now what I've done previously with the Moerman Fliq Pad is I've modified it using magnetic clips rather than the plastic ones, only because the plastic ones are difficult to be remolded to fit the Wagtail channels. I know you can make them fit onto the other channels, but I still think they look a little bit out of place on the Wagtail. So what I did was previously I put little magnetic pin clips on the actual pad, and then I put magnetic clips on the actual channel as well. And basically what happens here is they pretty much just magnetic on. This one I've taken off because this is the part I'm modifying today, but this is what I had previously done, just had them clipped on with magnetic clips, and it works quite well. I'll show you with one of the other pads because I've still got the magnetic clips on the actual Wagtail ones, and that basically just magnets straight on both sides, and it works as per usual without having the Velcro systems or those horrible clip ones that make the pad go the wrong way. So that's what I have done, and you know, you can do that also with any other pad as well, you know, with your strip washers. This one's very dirty because I haven't washed it yet, but you know, with your normal strip washer, same thing with the magnetic clips, basically straight on. You can also use the magnetic system in substitution to the Moerman clips on the slimline. So basically what I've done here is I've taken the slimline clip, put the magnetic section on the slimline clip. The other section is still on the pad as it was for the wide channel, and basically take the slimline clip with the magnetic section basically pinned in there. You can see through that channel, and that just slides straight on the slimline channel as it normally would anyway, and sits up like so, and then the magnetic clip system goes straight on. So you've got a magnetic clip one side, magnetic clip the other side, and you've got a flipper magnetic on the slimline also. So it works for both the wide channel Wagtails and also the slimline channel Wagtails with this magnetic system. It's not too bad, it's pretty good. What I'm going to be doing today is modifying it again. I'll be taking this fella off, and I'll be making these tabs here work with with my modified clips for the Wagtail slimline channel. Alright, so we'll get into that now. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is take these little magnetic clips off. If you do want to do this system, I have a whole video on it on the Aussie Window Cleaners Facebook page, but for this exercise I'm just going to take that off. They're simply just pins. You can just get them from your fabric shop, and I basically just cut slits in there, pushed it through, bent the pins over, and that actually works. Not a bad system, but for this exercise I want to try doing this. Now what I've done here on the Fliq Pad is I've folded these tabs over so that I can make a sliding section. Now this side I have simply just folded it and glued it, on this side with nothing inside it, just a simple fold and glue. This side I'm going to fold it with a little slither of plastic inside it. Now this plastic is basically just what I cut off of the Ziploc bag. Okay, just a Ziploc bag. That section of it, I just cut a bit out of it because it's nice and thin, it's pliable, yet it will still give me a little bit more chunkiness for the clip to bite. So I've just left a little bit of plastic on either side just so that I can glue it to the fabric, and then I'm going to bend it over. So all I'm going to use here is this little bit of plastic that I showed you, a little bit of Loctite glue, possibly the pliers, or I'll just use my fingers, I'm not sure, and then I'll just clamp it up with the vise. Okay, I'll work out, where I want it to be, and then I will get some Loctite glue and I'll just glue that strip of plastic onto the fabric tab of the Fliq pad. I'm using Loctite glue. I like Loctite glue. It holds really quickly, so there's not too much messing about. So I've just laid that straight onto there like that. The ends are still sticking out, but I can trim those. So let that go off just a smidge longer. Now what I can do here is fold the fabric over that strip of plastic and glue that down. I'm gluing this temporarily. If this works, I will get myself another couple of Fliq pads and basically do it properly. But this is just temporarily so I can test it, give it a run. Okay, that's pretty much gone off there now. If it works, I'll get some better thingos, fold that over, sew it possibly, and basically just see how it works. This may not even work at all. It may be better without any at all. So I'll try that into the clip there now, give it a couple more minutes for the glue to go off, trim it up, and basically that's how it looks from that side. So I'll see how that goes. G'day folks, tip of the week is for your tool extension pieces for when you're using poles. I often use Unger. I like the Unger pole tip. I've got the Unger, this is my personal pole, but I have the Unger tip on every other pole that I have, even my Reach It, in my Reach It Mini, so that if I want to get the cobwebs before I do the water feeding, I can just whack a cobweb brush straight on like that. Bang, she clicks in and it works perfectly for me. So this little tip I have is to take your old handles, either from broken handles or broken angle arms, or even just buy new handles and modify them specifically for this purpose. You can take a PVC pipe, heat it up, make it fit, drill a hole in it, and there's a cheap version of it also. I have done that in the past, but I don't find the PVC pipe to be strong enough. It does tend to crack in this area where you've got pressure putting on it. So there's your tip of the week. I've got these made up in several different tool forms to fit straight onto the Unger pole tip. You can use whatever pole tip you wish. This works really well. The hole lines up beautifully. It clicks in magically, when you're way up in the air, that doesn't turn, doesn't twist on you. You can use that for the setups I have for that is it's the cobweb brush. I've got the seal brush. I've got my my ledger set up on it. I've got the scraper set up on it, etc. So I'll be going through that little how-to on that in future episodes. But for now, that's the little tip of the week from WAGMAN. Set up your tools, the ones you use often, that you can whack on the. You can use this by hand, which is very comfortable, or you can whack it on the end of your pole, and you've got a perfect pole tip tool adapter. But there you go. There's the little tip for the week. Make your tools fit your pole by using the Wagtail, your old Wagtail handles and angle arms and or PVC piping, but I prefer the Wagtail handle arms. Alright, so there you go, WAGMAN's tip of the week. Give that a go. Alright. Okay, so I've put that one in already. So the second one just needs to be fed through the modified clip or the slimline and pulled through, and they hold really well. So one's without that little plastic insert and one's with the plastic insert. So over the next couple of weeks I'll give it a go, and if it needs the plastic insert, well then I'll adjust it to make it work. If it works without the plastic insert and just the fold over is enough, then it's less moving parts, you know what I mean? I don't like to have too many moving parts if possible. So now you might think, why didn't I just use the Moerman clips and this, that and the other and stick with the magnetic clips and etc. Now the reason I like these my modified clips is you see how well that closeout is. It almost looks like it's flat. I mean, yes, it's not wet yet, so when it's wet it will hang down further, but basically speaking, these clips, because they're on the same plane as the channel and the pad, it almost wants to go that way. So that's why I do love these clips. Now here's enough coverage for the scrubbing power, so it actually works alright. So I'll give it a go. I'm having a little bit of trouble with these lugs here hitting it as it's folding out. I've already cut that plastic section out of the Fliq pad anyway. I did that even before I did any modifications because it always did hit, so I took that out completely. I may have to cut that disc section out a little bit further just to stop the lugs and the pad interfering with each other, and then it interferes with the swing. So now these aren't the flip clip, this is just the static clip, so I'll also try it on the actual flip clip as well, which means I can then turn this pad around and use it as a top flipper as well. So I'll give that a go over the next couple of weeks and let you know how it goes after that. So I think we're just about done, and I think you should give that a go. It's WAGMAN. Alright.